What if the IRS forced you to draw money you didn't need and pay the taxes on it anyways? That's exactly what's happening to Drew and Allie, a hypothetical couple I created to illustrate this very real problem that we see with clients all the time. They're 73 with $1.5 million saved for retirement, and this year alone, their required minimum distributions will cost them $13,000 in unnecessary taxes. What about over the next decade? Over $200,000 gone to taxes. If you're approaching 73 with retirement savings that you don't need to spend or live on in retirement, you're facing the same choice they are. I'm Danny Gudorf, founder of Gudorf Financial Group. Over the past 15 years, my team and I have helped hundreds of clients in this exact situation cut their RMD tax bill and build a tax plan for retirement. In this video, I'll walk you through the exact multi-step strategy we're using with clients facing this required minimum distribution problem and go through exactly what you need to do. You'll see how to turn what most people view as a tax burden into an opportunity to build lasting wealth. This creates what I call the successful retiree's dilemma. You've done everything right. You've saved diligently, and now the government is forcing you to take money that you don't need out of your IRAs, creating a tax bill you'd rather avoid. But here's what most people don't realize. You have three strategic options, and only one of them involves simply paying the tax and moving on. Your first option is to spend it. I know this sounds obvious, but hear me out. When I tell clients like Drew and Allie they can spend their RMD, I'm challenging them to think differently about their retirement lifestyle. You've spent decades in a savings mindset, but now you're in the position where you can afford to enhance your retirement and your lifestyle. Maybe it's the European cruise you've always been dreaming of, or maybe upgrading your home with that new kitchen or bath, or maybe you have children or grandchildren that you'd like to help out. The key is recognizing that these forced distributions might actually be the permission you need to enjoy the decades of saving that you've done. Your second option is to save strategically. After paying the taxes on that $45,000 RMD, you might net around $35,000, depending what tax bracket you're in. This money can serve specific purposes in your overall retirement plan. You could build in a larger emergency fund, but we don't want too much cash to be sitting in your bank accounts. Or you could create a dedicated healthcare reserve for future long-term care costs, or establish what I call a legacy acceleration fund for gifting. Some clients use their RMD proceeds to fund life insurance policies that will provide tax-free death benefits to their heirs, essentially converting their taxable IRA money into a tax-free inheritance. But the third option is where the real opportunities lie, in leveraging your RMD for maximum tax efficiency. The most powerful strategy you have here is what we call a Qualified Charitable Distribution, or QCD. If Drew and Allie are already giving to charity, which many people their age are, they can send money directly from their IRA to these qualified charities. This will satisfy the RMD requirement while avoiding the taxes entirely on the donated amount. Let's say they normally give around $15,000 per year to their church and other favorite charities using after-tax dollars from their bank account. Instead, they could direct that $15,000 of their RMD straight to these organizations, reducing their taxable RMD down to $30,000 and keeping that money in their bank account for other needs. Here's where it gets even more strategic. You can do QCDs starting at age 70 and a half, even before RMDs kick in at 73 or 75. This means you could proactively start managing your tax situation years before required minimum distributions kick in. I've seen clients save thousands of dollars in taxes annually just by redirecting their charitable giving from their bank accounts to their QCDs using their IRAs. For the remaining RMD amount, you have several leveraging options. One strategic approach is to reinvest that money with other investments that you may have. You can take the distribution, pay the taxes, and then reinvest the proceeds in a taxable account. Throughout the year, you'll have those investments potentially returning gains for you, and you can also harvest losses in this account to offset other gains you may have, creating ongoing tax benefits. Another approach is a gifting strategy. You can gift up to around $18,000 or $19,000 per year per person without any gift tax consequences. If Drew and Allie have children or grandchildren, they could use their RMD proceeds to make these annual gifts, removing money from their taxable estate while helping family members when they can, and most of them need that money most of all. There's also the Roth conversion opportunity that many people miss. While you can't avoid RMDs, you can take additional distributions beyond the required amount and convert them to Roth IRAs. This is particularly powerful if you're in a lower tax bracket now than you would be later on in retirement as your RMDs get larger, or if you want to leave a tax-free legacy behind to your heirs. The key is to run the numbers to see if paying taxes now at your current rate makes sense compared to what tax rates would be on later in retirement, or potentially what your beneficiaries may have to pay if they inherited these IRA accounts. One advanced strategy that we use is what I call RMD smoothing. Instead of taking the entire RMD out in December, which many people do, what you do is you spread it throughout the year. This gives you more flexibility to manage your tax brackets, take advantage of market timing for distributions, and coordinate other tax planning strategies like Roth conversions or tax loss harvesting. Here's something crucial that Drew and Allie will need to learn. This isn't a one-time decision. Your RMD strategy should be reviewed annually because your situation changes. Your RMD amount increases each year, your tax brackets might shift, your charitable giving might change, and market conditions affect your options. A good financial advisor will bring proactive strategies to you and to this conversation each year, not waiting for you to ask. The biggest mistake I see people make is waiting until age 73 to start thinking about their RMD planning. If you're in your 60s or early 70s, you have time to start positioning yourself strategically. This might involve Roth conversions while you're in lower tax brackets, building up charitable giving plans, or restructuring your portfolio to minimize the tax impact of future distributions. For Drew and Allie, we need to develop a comprehensive approach. So in this example, they're going to be doing a $15,000 QCD to cover their charitable giving, using $20,000 for strategic gifting to their grandchildren's 529 plans, and reinvesting the remaining $10,000 after taxes into a tax-efficient portfolio in their taxable account. This approach saves them approximately $4,000 in taxes annually compared to simply taking the distributions and paying the tax. The key insight here is that RMDs don't have to be a burden. With proper planning, they can become another tool in your retirement income strategy. Whether you're spending, saving, or leveraging these distributions, the goal is to maintain control over your tax situation and align your RMD strategy with your overall retirement plan. Remember, everyone's situation is unique. Your income sources, your tax brackets, how charitably inclined you are, your family situation, and what your legacy goals are. All of these factor into the optimal RMD strategy. The framework I've shared today gives you the foundation, but the specific implementation should be tailored to your unique circumstances. Now that you understand how to turn required minimum distributions from a tax burden into an opportunity, you're ready to control your retirement tax planning. However, RMDs are just one piece of the retirement income puzzle, and there's a crucial strategy that can dramatically reduce your lifetime tax bill that most retirees completely overlook. Before you implement any RMD strategy, you need to understand how Roth conversions can work alongside your distribution planning to potentially save you tens of thousands of dollars on your retirement. Click the video right here to watch Should You Do a Roth Conversion in Your 70s to discover the advanced tax strategy that could transform your entire retirement income plan. Don't miss this 3-step process that I reveal at the 8-minute mark, where it shows you the exact system we use with our highest net worth clients.